Well, here we go again. And I think we've touched on 350 or gotten awfully close. We just had a little sell-off, a little bit of profit taking at that level. Nothing goes straight up, of course, in the stock market world. But maybe we'll end up at 345, maybe we'll end up at 350, maybe we'll end up at 330. Anything is possible in a market like this, but as of right now, things look awfully nice for Tesla. I'm sure you're enjoying your time. I think there is another catalyst that is not being paid. Nobody's paying attention to this catalyst. I keep talking about it. I'm going to keep talking about it until somebody pays attention. So I think this other catalyst propelling the stock is called NBAE. I've just made that up. Never bet against Elon. NBAE. That's going to be the new catchword. Maybe we should put a little hashtag in front of it. Anyway, the entire world, every place in the world is beginning to see that anything Elon tackles, no matter how out of the world it is, no matter how out of the world amazing, unbelievable, inconceivable it is, once he focuses, it happens. So he's just proven that in the political sphere. He is now, the number 3 guy in Washington, D.C., assuming that J.D. Vance is number 2. Anyway, that is probably the NBAE factor, I'm going to call it, is probably worth $500 in the value of Tesla stock all by itself. It's been around for a long time when rockets are launched and land on their butt, and then when rockets are launched and land in Mechazilla, and when Elon comes out with electric cars, and it's the first American car company to be successful in forever, and just, keep on going down the list. You know the list. I don't need to repeat it. Everything he touches, he's got the golden touch. Now, is it possible that someday that golden touch does not reach success on some project? Maybe, but right now he's got it, and NBAE is a factor. And as I said, it's probably worth $500. Anyway, the current Trump rally, the general rally that we're going in with the Dow up massively again today, is a combination of exuberance over his plans and the team that he's putting in place. It's partially a rotation where there's going to be more emphasis, at least for a while, on those stocks that have not yet participated in the rally. And part of the group of stocks that hasn't participated would be the Cathie Wood stocks. And in fact, I'm guessing that Cathie Wood will end up on the front page of the financial magazines again, as she did in 2021, at the end of 2025. She's patient, she's waiting, she knows she has her investment strategy, and everybody's been down on her now for 3 years, but this is probably going to be, 2025 is probably going to be her year, just as it's going to be the year when Tesla really becomes the darling, the absolute preeminent darling of Wall Street, and then 2026, when it all blows up. Okay, it's even better. Well, keep in mind again, no rallies, not any rallies, not even a Tesla rally like we saw in 2019, 2020, 2021, even though those rallies were not a straight line. Okay, they have ups and downs. Dan Ivest this morning. Okay, what does Dan Ivest have to say? He says, we are raising our price target on Tesla from 300 to 400, as we believe the Trump White House win will be a game changer for the autonomous and AI story for Tesla and Musk over the coming years. We estimate the AI autonomous opportunity is worth $1 trillion alone for Tesla. But then he didn't, I don't know where the other quote comes from, but this was a quote from Dan Ivest on investors.com. The $1 trillion of AI valuation will start to get unlocked in the Tesla story, and we believe the march to $1.5 trillion and $2 trillion valuation for Tesla over the next 12 to 18 months has now begun in our view, with FSD and autonomous penetration of Tesla's installed base and the launch of Cybercab representing the golden goose, Ivest said. Now, of course, a $2 trillion valuation would be around $600 a share. This from Gary Black this morning. In today's pre-market survey for subscribers, Tesla and Bitcoin continue their post-election surges. The spread between Tesla price and the average Wall Street price target is at its highest level since October 2021. Absent earnings increases, analysts can't raise Tesla's price targets without economic justification. I responded to Gary and I said, well, how come you could lower your speculations or your targets when there was a Elon over at Twitter overhang, Elon's price, or what do you call it, wage package overhang? We lowered based on those. How come we can't justify anyway? Never mind. Okay. From AJ this morning, he says Tesla is up 6% to over $340 a share in pre-market trading. It was as high, like I said, I think close to 350. The extremely high Friday volumes implied a continuation of the rally on technicals. I fundamentally view two warrants. The fundamental view, I can't understand what this sentence means. He's going to get his report out right away. So I would say, based on their recent trading practices, Tesla's institutional investor, no, this is not me. This is, who is this? Anyway, I'm sorry. It might have been CNBC. Based on their recent trading practices, Tesla's institutional investors are confident in the company's stocks. As of November 11, 2024, institutional investors, this was Tesla Roddy, institutional investors own about 66% now of Tesla stock. According to Guru Focus, a few institutional investors increased their Tesla holdings earlier this year. In the first quarter, Vanguard increased its holdings by 1.7. The institutional investor now has 233.6 million Tesla shares valued at $41 billion. Strategic Financial Concepts LLC is another one that increased their Tesla holdings earlier this year. The company increased its Tesla holdings to 21.8%. It holds 5.9 million Tesla shares valued at $1 billion. And then, of course, ARK Invest increased its Tesla shares in the second quarter. But as you are undoubtedly aware, if you follow this column or this video channel, ARK has been selling all last week. She's been, and even the week before, day after day after day, selling, because she was sitting at around 14-15% of various of her funds. And guess what? She's probably back now to over those numbers now, even after selling. So she might continue to sell, and that might be some of the action that we're seeing this morning with a little bit of trimming going on, a little bit of profit taking. Vanguard Group purchased an additional 3.8 million shares, solidifying its long-term investment. Similarly, International Assets Management raised its stake in the third quarter, and it has 11 million shares valued at almost $3 billion. Okay, the Tesla stock surged after Donald Trump secured his second term as the president of the United States. Tesla joined the $1 trillion club just a few days ago. Many, many months ago. This is Randy now. Here we go. You ready for this? You'll remember this. If you're a longtime listener, many, many months ago, I stated, and then I restated, and I restated again, that if Tesla could sell for $410 a share in 2021, in November, actually, of 2021, then it could sell for $820 now. It's far more than twice the company it was then, and the main ingredients were three things: exuberance over the imminent unsupervised ride-hail service that everybody thought was coming, the addition of Tesla to the S&P, and the extremely risk-on attitude of the stock market at the time. Well, I would suggest that those three are dwarfed by the even better setup for robotaxi right now, because there's way more cars that are ready to be converted and way more capacity to build cars and put them out into the system. The positioning of Elon Musk with Trump has to beat that S&P situation. And the stock market the risk on appetite right now, are you kidding me? It's bigger than anything I've ever seen in my lifetime, at least. Now, maybe previous lifetimes. We have the coming dawn of the age of abundance from AI and robotics, and we have the right president of the United States to oversee that transition into a new era. I'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. All right. take this as a for instance about the importance of Elon's, being at the top of his game, being seen as the guy who just can't miss. This is from Sawyer Merritt this morning. The Indian government is making efforts to revive interest in its electric vehicle import scheme by organizing a workshop for companies interested in importing premium electric cars at lower import tariffs. Hi, this is Randy Kirk. Yeah, I know that was a big, long intro, but there's not much on the other side. So I'll be done in a minute. Hang in there. There's some really good stuff coming up. Anyway, like, subscribe, notify. You know what to do. Yes, Brian White will be on later today. Larry Goldberg and I will have Good News Monday. Man, I'm sure that Larry and I will have a great time with all that. And Brian White and I have already lined up some stuff that I think is going to be pretty exciting too on his channel and on my channel. And then, there you go. Patreon. Oh yeah, it's time to buy these now. Go down below. You can find everything you need to know about how to buy a Cybertruck bottle opener. The stock market could enjoy a bigger boost, according to CNBC, from President-elect Donald Trump than any previous administration. What? Thanks to his pro-business policies, according to Jeremy Siegel, finance professor at the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. Jeremy Siegel is my guy. When Jeremy Siegel says it, I believe it. President-elect Trump is the most pro-stock market president we have had in our history, Siegel said on CNBC's Squawk Box Monday. He measured his success in the first term by how well the stock market did. It seems to me very unlikely he's going to implement any policies that are going to be bad for the stock market. The market already reached new highs in reaction to Trump's election win as investors bet that the promises of tax cuts and deregulation will propel growth and benefit risk assets. So, as I said, that is the end of what I have to talk to you about the economy and the general stock market right now. But let's go ahead and look at markets, because as we look at the various markets, we're going to see some more stuff to talk about. So here we go. Let's look at those markets. Let us start with Tesla, which is making another run at 340. It did hit a high this morning at 350.71. It is now at 339.31, 18 up for the day. The Dow is up 420. NASDAQ, this rotation that we've talked about, it's not down much. It's only down 1688, but that 16.88 is a tiny bit down, with the Dow way up, showing what I'm talking about. S&P only up 11 this morning, similar kind of deal. Tesla now up 24.95 at 346. But man, it powered right through that 340 on its way back, probably to 350, maybe even above 350 today. We'll see what happens. Apple is down a little bit at 380, down 386. And the rest of the Mag 7, except for Google's up a little bit, but the rest of them are down. Even NVIDIA down $2.58. The Cathie Woods, yes, 100% up. Up. ARK is up 371. ARK K is up 371. PayPal up 3. Square up $7. CRISPR up $6. Yeah, okay. You're beginning to see what's going on here. All right, let's go ahead and look at the percentages. We've got the Dow up 0.91%, NASDAQ down 0.08%, S&P up 0.18%, and Tesla up 7.74% as it continues this amazing run, $346 a share at this moment. We will come back and see in a minute whether it's powered through 350 or not. Let's go ahead and look at those bonds. Oh, no bonds today. The bonds are not trading today. So it's because of Veterans Day, and thank you, veterans, for all of your service. Okay, let's go ahead then. We go straight over to oil, which is down, big down, 2.53%, under $70 again for Texas Intermediate at 68.61. Not surprising. I think I said it would be last week. Brent is down a similar amount, down to 72.17. Natural gas up 10%, $2.93.5. Whoa. Gold being, down 2.50%, down $67 at 2,627. Silver down a similar amount, 2.32% at 30. Copper down 0.88%. at 4.27. I don't think this will continue. I think the commodities will start to stiffen. It's just my thinking. Even gold and silver and I think they'll start to stiffen. The euro, lowest since late June on tariff worries, down 0.71 this morning. The Japanese yen actually up a point. I'm sorry, the dollar up against the yen, 0.8, down against the euro, 0.71. Bitcoin above 83 at 83,478. A lot of folks are pointing at 90 as the new stopping point for no possible reason, because it's never been over 83,570 before. So we don't have any idea where it's going to stop, but people are saying 90 is the next thing. So I'm just reporting that. All right, so that's where things stand there. Let's go back and see if Tesla managed to power through 350. No, it's backed off a little bit to 345. What are we going to say here? Yesterday morning, I did a video that you do want to see. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to go back and look at it. I think it's one of my more important videos. I asked the question. This is not for next week, not for next month. It's not going to impact the stock in a week or a month. It's the long-term vision of Elon Musk. I asked the question, how does Elon Musk, Elon, would you please answer me? How do you see the transition happening over the next 5 years? What's going to happen with the other car companies? They seem to be in massive trouble, with Tesla being so far ahead on every aspect of tech, every aspect of the management of the company, every aspect of their capital position, every aspect of their return on invested capital. Everything that Tesla is doing is so much better than any other car company in the world that it's hard to imagine that, other than BYD and maybe the South Koreans, Hyundai, Kia, is it going to be all those three companies and nobody else? Will there be another startup? I just don't see it. So Elon, what's going to happen? Are they all going to have to come to you and have you build factories for them? I mean, I really would like to hear what you think is going to happen, because it's my analysis of what I thought was going to happen in 2027 and 2028 is turning to powder unless these companies figure it out really, really soon. So anyway, I'll put that card right up there. Other than that, wait later today, Brian White and then Larry Goldberg. It will be a fun day. And the good news, Monday will certainly probably turn out to be true. All right, that's all I got for you right now. It's been great talking to you.